Hey guys, glad you could join us for part 2 of our current series called Come and See. Guys, and this series is all about the life and teachings of Jesus Christ. Guys, in part 2, we're going to be focusing on one of the most epic and important teachings that Jesus ever gave. Guys, we're going to be talking about the Beatitudes. We're going to be taking the next 6 weeks to talk about this word beatitude. And you guys, in fact, go home today and tell your mom that you learned a Latin word, because that's what beatitude is. It's a Latin word that means ultimate blessing. It's not just any blessing, it's the biggest, it's the most epic, it's the largest blessing that you can receive. That's what a beatitude is. So guys, at the time that Jesus gave this sermon, people had heard about him and had seen some of the miracles that he had already done. And so you can imagine the crowd was a pretty big gathering. Guys, for the next 6 weeks, we're gonna dive into what these Beatitudes or these ultimate blessings are. So let's take a look to see what it would have looked like as Jesus addressed this crowd of people to hear the Beatitudes. Check this out.
Come and see, Jesus said. One day, as he saw the crowds gathering, Jesus went up to the mountainside and sat down. His disciples gathered around him, and he began to teach them. God blesses those who are poor and realize their need for him, for the kingdom of heaven is theirs. God blesses those who mourn, for they will be comforted. This is the word of the Lord.
All right, guys, so you just heard Jesus say the first 2 Beatitudes. First one was that God blesses the poor in spirit. The poor in spirit, what does that mean? On the second one, he says, God blesses those who mourn because they will be comforted. Wow, that's kind of strange. Well, guys, what I want us to do, I want us to take a second and watch this video that gives us a little bit better explanation of what these 2 Beatitudes mean. Check this out.
For some, life is a long walk through a cruel desert. A directionless journey. Too many of us thirst but find no drink. And I wonder, why is that? In Matthew 5:3, Jesus says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven." To be blessed means to receive goodwill and happiness. And when God blesses us, He gives us a joy that is much greater than the happiness the world offers. When Jesus says, "Blessed are," He means truly happy are those who follow His commands. And when He says, "Blessed are the poor in spirit," He's talking about those who understand they need God. Jesus is telling us that we will find true happiness and the best kind of life when we understand that we need God's love. We need the teaching in His Word, and we need the mercy and salvation He offers us through His Son, Jesus Christ. To receive God's blessing, we must know that He is reaching out for us and waiting for us to accept Him for who He is. The kingdom of heaven belongs to those who are poor in spirit and understand their need for God.
Now, we just saw this video of this kid. He's on a journey. He was trying to get to a destination, and he was getting tired and exhausted. You saw how much he was sweating, how tired he was. Yet you also saw how many times that hand reached out with a cup of water. It was trying to offer him a helping hand, was simply offering him a refreshing cup of water that was going to give him the energy and the strength that he needed to complete his journey. Yet what did you see? He kept rejecting that cup of water. He kept saying, no, I'm fine, I don't need your cup of water. I'm gonna do it on my own. Until finally at the end of the video, what did you see? You saw the kid reach out and he grabbed that cup of water and he took a drink of it. Guys, what does all that mean? What does all that have to do with what we're talking about today of the Beatitudes? Well, the first Beatitude was, blessed are the poor in spirit because they will inherit the kingdom of God. Guys, this cup of water, as we saw in the video, literally represents God's blessing to us. God is our Father, and He loves reaching out to us, blessing us. Yet, a lot of times, one of the things that we can do when we go through life is we can depend on our own strength. Now, that word poor, guys, that word poor really all it means is to be without something. Because guys, when we're poor, we have to be dependent upon something else other than our own strength. I think the whole point there, guys, is that Jesus wants us to get to a point where we say, Jesus, you're it. I want to receive your blessing. I want to receive the strength that you're going to give me to get through the difficult times in life. Guys, in that second Beatitude, Jesus also said this. He said, blessed are those who mourn because they will be comforted. He's going to comfort us like nobody else could ever comfort us. So remember that, guys. Depend on God. Find your strength in God. We can trust in God. God is a God who can be trusted.